Hey everyone, we have another FOC video for you. This one's going to cover March 16th. So if you want to check out some of the titles we're going to highlight in this video, make sure you reach out to your local store, usually a day before, which is going to be March 15th, to make sure you can get these orders and not miss out on them. All right, so starting things off, we have a really exciting title from DC Vertigo, which is Bleeding Hearts. This is issue number 3. And this is a super, super cool premise, which is that zombies have taken over the earth, and one of them happens to have their heart start beating again. And so, what does that mean for him, as well as the rest of the zombies, perhaps? I'm really enjoying this one. I think you should check it out. Then we have another title that's just been flying off the shelves. It's really fun. It's called Diork, and this is also issue number 3. Comes to us from Image Comics. This follows the story of a dude who is a half dwarf and half orc, and his coming brings on the end of the earth and war and things like that. He also happens to have a talking shield, and it's just a fun series. Definitely going to hopefully keep up the hype because we've really been enjoying this one. And then we have a series, Diablo, Dawn of Hatred. This is coming to us from Titan Publishing. Now, this does follow the video game. We look at the events that follow the Vessel of Hatred and figure out what Mephisto has been up to. So if you're a fan of the game series, you might want to check this one out. I know I definitely will, because Diablo is one of my favorite games of all time, and something I played when I was very, very young. So very excited for this one. It also was featured in the last Free Comic Book Day, so you might have picked up a little bit of a preview for this one as well. So definitely going to check this one out. Then we have another series that I love, which is Die Loaded. This is coming to us from Image Comics. This is a D&D meets Jumanji story. The first run of 20 issues was fantastic. It is a little bit more of a complex read, I would say, but if you're a fan of tabletop role-playing games, Dungeons and Dragons, you really should check this one out. It's very, very cool. Then we have a new series from Oni Press that's called Estuary, a ghost story. So this follows a mission in California that's 400 years old. It is currently haunted, and we come to find out that there is some sort of fabled shipwreck that exists beneath it, like in the ocean, I believe. And so this is all about what happens when someone comes to get the rights to excavate it. And I think the way that it was described was like old curse meets new curse. So not really sure what to expect from this one, but it sounds super interesting. All right, and then we have a series from IDW Publishing called Event Horizon Inferno. This does follow the cult classic film, so if you're familiar with that, this is one that you might want to check out. And also, if you're not familiar with it, it is space marines that are clashing with demons. Sounds cool to me, so if that sounds cool to you as well, I would definitely check it out. It's also been described as a Aliens meets Dante's Inferno type of thing. I'm definitely going to be checking this one out. Sounds super interesting, so hopefully you will as well. Then we have a familiar face, Flash Gordon, number 0. This is a new series coming to us from Mad Cave Studios. It is a new ongoing series, but they do have a few other titles that are going to chronicle some of the things from the past for Flash Gordon. So this story specifically is where Flash awakens on a secret prison planet, and he learns that he needs to save someone near and dear to him, which is Dale Arden. And so, you know, if you're a fan of Flash Gordon, this might be something you want to pick up. And if you're like myself and I'm familiar with it, I've seen certain things, but I'm not really too sure about it, something that's cool to check out. Then we have another ongoing series from Image Comics. It's called Free Planet. This is issue number 11. The one thing I'll say about this series is if you are someone who loves really, really deep lore, really in-depth politics in a sci-fi fantasy setting, think of a scope like something like Dune, perhaps. It's very, very, I'm going to say chunky. And what I mean by that is there's a lot of lore. So be prepared if you dive into this one. It's a lot of reading, but there's a lot to get out of it if that's your type of thing. One of my favorite series that really got me back into comic books last year is Geiger. This is issue 23. Usually on my FOC videos, I'm not going to call out something that's really deep in the series, but this is one that I have to call out because Ghost Machine is absolutely killing it with their titles, and Geiger is no exception. It's a post-apocalyptic story about an individual that survives nuclear fallout, and it's just a wonderful series. Definitely check it out. If you are a fan of the Fallout game series, you'll like this for sure. Then we have a new series from Bad Idea. It's called The Hab. This is issue number 1, and it's the story of a billionaire who has really prepared for the end of the world. And he finds himself being in a situation to where he sees the world around him unraveling. Humanity is in free fall, so to speak, and so he is going to take himself and his family and some close members that are around him. They're going to go into this massive sealed habitat that he has built. It just so happens to be on top of a freshwater cave. And when they seal themselves in there, they find out that they are not alone, and maybe something else, perhaps ancient, has been here, and now they have to deal with that. So they're trapped inside from the world with something else that is going to threaten them. So I'm very interested in this one. I'm going to check it out. I really like the things that Bad Idea has been doing recently, so can't wait to look at that one. Another new ongoing from Mad Cave Studios. This is the second printing of the first issue. It's called Is Ted Okay? If you've ever seen the show Severance on Apple TV, you should definitely check this one out. They are currently on their second issue. I'm really enjoying it, but it looks at someone who is employed by one of these, trillionaire type companies. And is it everything that it says to be? And what is going to happen to this individual as he is working at this strange company? And really, what are they truly doing? So it's very interesting. I would pick this one up if you're looking for something different, or like I said, you've seen Severance before. Then we have a series from Titan Publishing, which is following a popular horror-based puzzle game, which is called Little Nightmares. This series is called Descent to Nowehere. It follows a mute girl who wakes up in a prison and has to try and escape. And so she befriends someone, and it's all about their escape and the challenges they face. All right, then we have something from Sumerian Comics that I'm really excited about. It's called Murder Hobo. This is issue number 1. It is a new series, but I know that it's been around on Kickstarter and some other places, I believe, that have published some short stories or other graphic novels. But if you are familiar with the tabletop role-playing space, there is a term known as a murder hobo, which usually just refers to a character that just goes forth on a rampage and is just insane, and nothing goes according to plan. And I believe that's what we're going to see here. It's a story about selfish mercenaries. They thrive on anarchy, and it doesn't matter what the plan is, they're going to mess it up. I think that this one's going to be super fun and silly and just ridiculous, and I love that. Cannot wait to check this one out. This is going to be one of my top picks from the FOC list for this week. We have another title from Vault Comics that has been massive, that has just been selling out everywhere. It's Nectar. This is number 1, the second printing. It's a super interesting concept that follows a small, quaint town off. It's an island off of Salem, Massachusetts. They are invaded by these butterflies who spread some type of a dancing plague, and it's really this small town and watching their descent into madness. It's super cool. I wouldn't miss this one, not only because it's kind of the talk of the town right now, especially in the indie comic space, but it's just something different to check out, especially if you're someone who really sticks to superhero-only stuff. This is a good one to jump on and get on the hype train if that's your type of thing. Then we have Pretty Hate Machine from Mad Cave Studios. This one follows the tragic tale of a teenager whose father has been killed in a freak accident. His mother, who is his support structure, is kind of taking refuge in his uncle. And so it's all about what is he going to do from here with these unforeseen circumstances. And also, there's some type of ghoulish figure who has now been getting in his head and trying to challenge his ideas of perhaps what those around him are either supporting him with or not. All right, next up we have a title from Ignition Press. It's called The Other Half. This is issue 2. This is a super cool crime drama between a socialite and a detective. One of them has to prove the other's innocence, And it's just a fun story, a little romance comedy type thing going on. All right, well, that's all we have for you this week. Definitely let us know if you're liking this content or if there's something else you would rather see. I hope you find value in it. Hope you have a great week. Thanks, everyone.